Look at the title. It's that time again. What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another stream. And it's September 7th. Week of September. Or second week now of September. Fred, please no spamming. You're literally going to get freaking blocked. You're going to be put in timeout. I tell you no block, no spamming, and what do? You start spamming. So you go time. You belong. And not to mention, you ruined my intro. So go sit in the corner and think done. But anyways, week 1 is almost here. Just 2 days away, barely. Almost 1 day away. So close to freaking football. And that means it's time for me to do my ritual of picks for the Stephen Rose / Steel Maiden tournaments. Doing both again this year. Pretty much for those two, if they're watching this, just know I'll be doing them unless I say otherwise. What's up, Jacob? Like, I will literally tell them myself that I'm not doing it. Other than that, I'm doing it. You know, this is a lot of fun. I damn near won freaking Stephen Rose's tournament last year. I was like second place. Freaking amazing. But anyways, let's get on with it. So, I'm sorry my Steelers are going to beat you guys. No, that's not happening. I think we're going to split. But anyways, let's get on with it. So, Thursday, like I said, Thursday, September 9th, just about almost a day away. We got Dak Prescott making his return to the field. Yeah, how about that? You know, he didn't play in the preseason because they wanted to be careful with him. He had like shoulder issues as well. You know, but his return to the field will be against none other than the defending Super Bowl champions, Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So not only is Dak going to have to outduel, but he's also going to have to by Ndamukong Suh, Vita Vea, William Golston, and JPP, as well as Levante David, Shaq Barrett, Devin White, and all those guys. And the thing is, one of the Cowboys offensive linemen actually came down with the sickness, I think. He was put on the list. And at the same time, the Buccaneers activated Ndamukong Suh. That's not what you want if you're a Cowboys fan. I still think the Cowboys can win, you know, but it's going to be tough. That Cowboys defense is going to be put up to the test against Mike Evans, Godwin. Of course, you got freaking Gronk still there, O.J. Howard as well, Ronald Jones, Leonard Fournette. My God, they're loaded. They brought back every single free agent, every single coach. They did not lose a person. I'm pretty sure the freaking ushers are still, like, they didn't lose a freaking member of their training staff. They didn't lose anything. Every single person that was on that team last year is back. Of course, they added some new faces as well, you know, rookies like Jalen Darden, Robert Hainsey, who's like a backup center, Kyle Trask. Nobody that's really going to play a whole lot. KJ Britt, Joe Tryon. Those two are probably the only guys that are probably going to see a lot of time, you know, in these games. But, yeah, they're loaded. They are loaded again. And if you compare them with the Dallas Cowboys real quick, I might even do this for my picks too, just to draw it out a little bit longer. I'm going to compare the two teams, you know, get more in depth. Like you look at the Eagles. I'll get to them later. The Cowboys offensive line, you know, got a great offensive line. They battled injuries last year. didn't really help with Dak getting hurt. But, Smith, Connor Williams, Bidage, of course, like I said, Martin is on the list for the virus thing. La'el Collins is back. If their offensive line can hold together, they'll be good. They have weapons. Cooper, Gallup, Lamb. They signed Simi Fehoko, or they drafted him. Cedric Wilson is there. Of course, Noah Brown. You have Zeke, Tony Pollard, Corey Clement. Interesting. But like I said, their defense is going to be put up to the test. And their front line is actually solid. Of course, D-Law, you have Carlos Watkins, who you brought in. Osa Odigizua, I believe he is related to I'm pretty sure. And then Randy Gregory. And then you have Micah Parsons, Jalen Smith, Leighton Vander Esch. They have a good, solid defense. It's just going to be tough against Tom Brady. But I think the Cowboys could be able to do some damage. Am I going to Browns Steelers? No, I don't plan on it. Things could change, but I don't plan on it. As of right now, I only plan on going to one game, and that's Week 7, Thursday night, because that's the day before my birthday. I always try to go to a Browns game that's near or on my birthday. It's been like a tradition of mine the last couple of years. So, to say it like this, Cowboys Bucks, I think it'll be very tough, but I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers. I gotta go with the Bucks to win this game. I think it'll be incredibly close, but Tom Brady's at home. They're getting their rings, and I think that place is gonna be bumping, and I got them winning. I'm gonna say by a touchdown at least. So give me the Bucks on Thursday Night Football. Now we move on to the Sunday slate. I'm not going to take too long on these games. But you have Jaguars Texans in what might be one of the least appealing quarterback matchups of the week. Tyrod Taylor, Trevor Lawrence. Neither team is really all that good talent-wise. Texans are tanking. Jaguars are rebuilding. They're emerging out. They're starting the process of rebuilding. The Texans are just now entering the phases of rebuilding. They completely tore that team down. I mean, if you take a real quick look at the Houston Texans roster here, let me pull it up real quick. I'll do the same thing for Jacksonville. I might just do this for every freaking game, honestly. This is fun. Get really in-depth right now. I'm not going to do this every week, but I don't know. We'll see how this goes. But the Texans, you have Brandon Cooks, Chris Conley, Anthony Miller at receiver. Not the strongest receiving core. And considering the Jags secondary is you have Trey Herndon, Tyson Campbell, Shaquille Griffin, and CJ Henderson. I think the Jags defense could possibly be able to hang around with the Texans. I could realistically see the Texans losing this. I think the Texans are going to lose this game. I mean, Tyrod Taylor does not scare me. If I'm a Jags fan, I'm kind of laughing. It's like, how they got Tyrod Taylor. That's nice. That's cute. You look at the defense for the Jags. Josh Allen, Devon Hamilton, Malcolm Brown, Miles Jack, K'Lavon Chaisson. Solid. Texans offense just isn't what it used to be. I mean, they have, Phillip Lindsay and Mark Ingram at running back, but again, that doesn't scare nobody. The defense isn't overall horrible. Whitney Merciless, they have Vincent Taylor. Wow. Malik Collins and Jordan Jenkins as our front four. Their secondary is literally partially former Browns. Money Mitch, Eric Murray, Justin Reed, and Desmond King. Half of their starting secondary is former Browns. That's sad. Money Mitch is not bad, but he's decent. He's serviceable. He's all right at times. But yeah, Texans fans, you guys are going to have a rough year. And the best part is, after you finish with the Jaguars, you got to play us next week in our home opener. Ooh. And our team might be pissed off after most likely possibly losing to the Chiefs week 1. Ooh, that's a recipe for disaster. Facing a pissed off Browns team in their home opener after losing week 1. Ooh, dang. That's just tough. Who I got winning the Browns-Chiefs game? I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, just to speed this up, I'm not trying to do this for an hour. Jaguars, Texans. I'm going to go with who do I take? They both suck. Can I have a tie? No, I'm going to go Jaguars. I'm going to go Jaguars. I think the Jags do just enough to win the game. Texans ain't got no body. Texans might win by like a field goal. But I got the Jaguars squeaking one out, getting Urban Meyer and Trevor Lawrence their first victories in the NFL. How about that? So give me the Jags over the Texans. Next we got, Chargers and football team. This will be the final year that they are called the football team. I've heard that they have whittled down their names to 3 possibilities. Honestly, I would love the Red Wolves because they could break out that old logo that they had like in the 80s or something, where it was like the circle with the red R on it, or like you could put like a wolf picture or something. They're gonna pick something stupid because of course they would. But Washington in their final season as the football team, they will have an actual mascot and actual legit name next year. So that should be fun. But they're facing the Chargers and Justin Herbert. Ryan Fitzpatrick will be quarterbacking for the football team. So that's nice, I guess. He'll win you games, but then he's not going to do a whole lot for you. Chargers, I think, are going to have a little bit of tough time. Maybe it could be jet lag a little bit, but I don't think that'll affect them too much. We're talking about grown-ass men. Traveling clear across the country to play a 1:00 game, clear on the other side of the states and of the nation. I think the Chargers are going to have a fight on their hands. I could see the football team squeaking out a victory. It's at home too. I'm gonna go with the football team to win this game. Yeah, shocker, right? Something cheesy is going to happen to the Chargers. Like they're going to miss a field goal or they're going to throw a key interception, and the football team is going to escape with the victory because Chase Young and, Sweat and them. Someone actually had a nickname called Young and Sweaty. What? Okay. That's what you call them? Young and Sweaty? What? Huh? My God. Cringe. Oh. Chase Young's going to have a monster year this year. And I got the football team winning. Yeah. Now watch, the Chargers are probably going to win because I said that. But yeah, I got the football team winning. In case you didn't know. By the way, guys, I have the football team winning. Next we got, is it Carson Wentz versus Russell Wilson? Colts and Seahawks in Indianapolis. This is going to be fun. I think Carson's playing, right? I don't know. If he is, this should be interesting. I know Eagles fans are going to have their eyes glued to the Colts all year because depending on how much Carson plays and stuff, they need to stay healthy. They're probably wishing that he stays healthy, this is probably the most they've cheered for him since he left. Usually when a person leaves your team, you could care less about what they do. But Eagles fans are hoping and praying that Carson stays on the field, stays healthy all year, and goes off because that pick will, I think, turn into a first rounder for them. In which if Jalen Hurts fails again, or if he flops, they could trade 2 of those picks that they have up for a quarterback. But yeah, Seahawks and Colts, I think this would be a doozy. Both teams are really good. And I'm actually going to go with the hometown Colts to squeak it out against the Seahawks. And then, of course, Jets Panthers. Sam Darnold facing his old team. And, I think this will be another fun game. Two young coaches. I can't wait for this one. This one's going to be fun to keep an eye on. I'm going to go Panthers at home over the Jets. Jets are getting closer, but they're just not there yet, especially if McCaffrey's playing for the Panthers. I don't know if they're going to be able to stop him. They just lost Carl Lawson for the year. They did get Shaq Lawson, so they will have a Lawson playing. It's just not the one that they paid big money for. But I'm going to go Panthers here. Give me McCaffrey and the Panthers to eke it out. I keep saying eke or squeak, bro. Every game's getting a bit close in my eyes. And then we got Kirk Cousins and the Vikings facing Joe Burrow in his return with the Bungles. Ooh, baby. Ooh. Kirk Cousins, Dalvin Cook, Thielen, and Justin Jefferson versus Burrow, Mixon, Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, ooh, T. Higgins, ooh. I think the key here is defense. Can the Bengals defense stop Dalvin Cook and those receivers? You know, that'll be interesting. I think in this game, I'm going to go Kirk Cousins and the Vikings to get it. I think they're going to win by at least a touchdown or two. And they're going to go to 1-0. Bungles continue to bungle, so they're going to go to 0-1 again. And then what's going to happen is the Bengals are going to lose in depressing fashion. And then right after the game, as usual, we're going to see Dashy posting a freaking video of him screaming and yelling outside, disturbing the peace. You know, it's like that dude be screaming and yelling like he's the only one outside, bro. Like people probably looking out the window like, what the hell is that kid screaming at? I'm waiting for someone to literally go, shut up, stupid, bro. It's not that serious. Like, you could probably hear that damn kid freaking a block away. Probably see dude screaming like a banshee. And it's over the Reds, too. It's like, bro, who cares about the Reds? They're like an irrelevant team in Ohio, bro. I mean, every team in Ohio. I almost said every team in Ohio. No, every team in Cincinnati is irrelevant. You know? The Indians are the big team in baseball in Ohio. In fact, both Cleveland teams have had more success over the last couple of years. You know, the Browns won a playoff game, and the Indians have been dominating their division for the past couple of years. Of course, these last 2 years, then you have this year, we haven't been that good because Dolan doesn't want to spend. He said, "Oh, we're going to increase payroll by what, $5?" Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. But, of course, the Bungles have one of the worst owners in football, maybe even sports. And they don't have a practice field. They have like a practice field, but they don't have an indoor facility. Gotta always rip on them for that. The only team I've ever known who does not have an indoor practice facility. What the heck? Get with the program, bozos. But, Paul Brown was fired, and he wanted to go to Cincinnati, of all places. I would want to get as far away from Cleveland as possible, but no, I'm going to go to the southwestern part of the freaking – did he darted a dartboard and just landed on Cincinnati? Like, why Cincy, of all places? Why? Why Cincy? I mean, if you wanted to take over Ohio, Mr. Brown, you should have went to freaking Columbus. I mean, everyone knows, like, in wartime, you go for the capital. You take over the capital, you own the state. Or, like, the country. If the Bengals had went to Columbus, sure, you'd probably have to share, with the freaking guys. But you'd already have a bar scene there. You dominate Ohio, especially when we were trash. But you go to little old Cincinnati on the border of Kentucky, and now everyone's joking about how they're essentially a Kentucky team. Let's be real, they are. They are. They're not even Ohio. They're Kentucky. Like someone should pull, who was it that did that? Where Oh, Bugs Bunny. Pull a Bugs Bunny, take a saw, and just cut out around Paul Brown Stadium and let it float in the Kentucky side. Just put it over in Kentucky because that's essentially what it is. You might as well say they're the, Kentucky Bengals. But yeah, I'm going to go Vikings over the Bungles, because the Bungles are going to bungle. They're going to lose in some very cheap fashion like the Chargers. And like I said, Dashy's going to make a video raging, and it's going to probably get like 10 views because nobody watches his videos. Because why would you watch his videos? I have no idea. Crazy Dunk, why are you talking trash about Dashy? Because I can. And there's nothing you can do about it. Because my football team has owned his over the last 4 years. Legit. Since Baker's come into town, he's time. And that one loss got Freddie Kitchens fired and allowed us to hire Kevin Stefanski, who will hopefully continue the ownage of the Bungles. By the way, Bungles, 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 dabbing and saying Bungles, Bungles, Bungles. Wow, I know that's cringe, but I mean, if you want to know what else is cringe, watching Dashy's videos are cringe. Man, I am just going off on the poor dude. Why? Why am I going off on him? Because I can. I feel like it. You don't like it? Well, screw off. But, oh, well, enough of that. Like I said, they're irrelevant. Yeah, I said they're irrelevant, yet I'm always talking about them. What the heck's up with that? They're like that younger brother that that no one likes, And it's, what's even funnier? My last thing. Browns unveiled their 75th anniversary uniforms a few months ago. People literally say, those look like the Bengals uniforms or something. It's like, you do know that we were around before them, right? These are the unis that we wore, essentially. We were first established in 1946. Like, that makes no sense. Oh, they look like the Bengals uniforms. Yeah. Well, considering that Paul Brown has no creativity when he was let go and he wanted to go create his own team, he decided to essentially copy our homework by just made a little bit of a change by making the brown dark black, pretty much turning them black and adding Bengals onto the helmet. Like if you watched Bengals on Browns highlights, you would know who's who from like the early days. Again, because black and white TV. And from far away, you wouldn't be able to tell who's who. Not to mention the Bengal lettering on the helmets was very thin, and you couldn't really tell that well. The only way you'd know who's who is like, who depends on the player. But yeah, I'm going to go Vikings on the road here. I think Justin Jefferson and company are going to be too much for the Bungles. Like I said, too, the Bungles are going to lose in bungle fashion. All right, moving on. Cardinals, Titans, and Tennessee. Ooh, Kyler Murray and Tannehill. Okay, Cliff Kingsbury. Cardinals came this close to the playoffs last year. Of course, they faltered, near the end of the season. That's what hurt them. Titans, as you know, made the playoffs to the Ravens. And I think they're going to be trying to come out for revenge. And I think the Titans are going to do what they always do. They're going to beat you in the head with Derrick Henry. Of course, they have a new toy in Julio Jones to go with A.J. Brown now. And I honestly see the Titans going out there and getting a big W in their home opener. So give me Tennessee. Next, we got probably the easiest game of the pick of the week. Niners and Lions in Detroit. Give me the Niners all day. Enough said. Steelers and Bills in Buffalo. This is going to be fun. But I'm going to go Bills at home. Yeah, give me the Bills at home. Final 1 o'clock game of the week. Eagles and Falcons in Atlanta. Of course, like I said earlier, no Julio in Atlanta. He's now in Tennessee. And the Eagles going full-time Jalen Hurts. I believe Jalen Hurts knows Mercedes-Benz Stadium pretty well. I know he knows like Atlanta very well, considering he played with Alabama a couple times in the championship games or whatever. I'm gonna go with the Eagles to pull off a very close win by maybe a touchdown. But give me the Eagles to go out and get a W on the road. Next, we got arguably the game of the week, Browns-Chiefs in Arrowhead, 4:25 kickoff. No 4:05 kickoffs. That's another thing to remember. As much as I would love to go Browns here, for the purpose of the pick'ems, I'm going to go Chiefs in a close one. Next, we got Packers and Saints. Not, but in Jacksonville. One of the very few occasions where we get a regular season game at a neutral site that's not abroad, not in England or in Mexico, or even in Canada. One of the very rare occasions where this happens. There was a time, I think, where Minnesota's roof collapsed that they had to play at a neutral site. I think there were a few other occurrences too, mainly natural disasters. But yeah, I don't know when the last time teams that weren't the Jags played there, in Jacksonville. Probably the Super Bowl. They haven't hosted a Super Bowl in a while. I'm sure they're hosting one soon. You'd have to think, right? At some point. God, I mean, it seems like every few years they go into Tampa or Miami. How about Jacksonville, huh? How about that city up in Jacksonville? Get them a few extra good revenue dollars, huh? Why not? Well, because they aren't good. That's a bunch of bull. Falcons haven't been really that good, except for a couple of years, but they get the Super Bowl every year because they're in the dome. But, yeah, I think for this one, I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, yeah, Aaron Rodgers versus Jameis Winston. That sucks, too. First game without Drew Brees in the last, who knows how many years. It's been so freaking long. The first game post Drew Brees, and it's not even in the Superdome. It's not even called the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. It's called the Caesars Superdome, not Little Caesars. I'm talking about the betting, giant. Caesars, like Caesar's Palace. Yeah, the Caesars Superdome. First game post Drew Brees, and you're not even playing at home in your building. Jameis Winston's debut will come in Jacksonville against the Packers. Huh? Okay. And yeah, I'm going to go Packers on the road here to get the dub. Give me the Pack attack on the road because the Saints don't have the Terror Dome advantage. Next, we got the Broncos and the Giants. Oh, boy. This is going to be a fun one. I say that a lot. But what's up, Green Eggs? What's up, Brett? So far, the vibe on Twitter is both fan bases think their team's going to win. Obvious. This is another game where I'm going to go in depth. We got the New York Giants boasting a very solid defense with a pretty good offense. They have weapons now. Good to see they finally gave Daniel Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, Kadarius Toney. I'll tell you one thing, they love guys named Darius. Kadarius and Darius. They love guys named Darius. And then they have Colin Johnson, too. Yeah. I thought they had CJ Board, but they must have let him go or something. Okay. Offensive line is going to be key here. Andrew Thomas, Shane Lemieux, Nick Gates, Will Hernandez, and Matt Pert. Why do I say that? Oh, no big deal. I mean, you're just going up against Von Miller and Bradley Chubb. I mean, it's not like they're arguably one of the best pass rush duos in the league or anything. You also got to deal with, Drummond Jones and Mike Purcell and Shelby Harris. I better freaking not hear Giants fans slander Drummond Jones, okay? Because I'll come after you. I love my Buckeyes, even when they play on different teams. You do not slander my Buckeye players. You know? Straight up. You do not slander my Buckeye players. Okay? Okay. But, with that being said, the matchups are going to be huge here on the offensive line. Von Miller will most likely line up against Matt Peart. Bradley Chubb will go against the second-year player in Andrew Thomas. Going to be a huge matchup. Bradley Chubb. Keep in mind, remember, I wanted him coming out of college. Could you just imagine real quick if we had Bradley Chubb? If we had double Chubb? Double Chubb. Of course, if we would have got Bradley, we wouldn't have gotten Denzel, and that would have made me sad because I love Denzel, but he's kind of injury prone. But we would have maybe ended up with someone else. But yeah, I'm kind of glad we got who we got. I would think it would have been overkill to get freaking Bradley Chubb to put with Miles. It would have been unstoppable. My goodness. But yeah, their defense is solid. Very solid. The secondary is nice too. Kyle Fuller, Kareem Jackson, Justin Simmons, who got the bag, and Ronald Darby, and Bryce Callahan. Don't forget, and Surtain. Sheesh, they got a PS2 over there. Damn. Okay, I get it. They got a PS2. Yeah, Patrick Surtain. That's a nice nickname. PS2. Classic nickname. Nice. So, Patrick Surtain, Bryce Callahan, and Ronald Darby. Those are your top four. And then, of course, that's safety, Kareem Jackson and Justin Simmons. Giants fans be blah, 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 blah. Oh, Broncos suck. Oh, yeah, we're going to eviscerate their defense. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? I'm not trying to sound like the Bronco fan because I'm not a Bronco fan. Right, Baker? But yeah, I'm not a Bronco fan. I'm as far away from being a Bronco fan as anything. I'm more of a I'm a low-key Bronco hater. I hate the donks, especially the freaking loser freaking Elway. Freaking hate that dude. All that took was one freaking interception in 87 or 86, and we would have went to the freaking bowl. And then, of course, freaking Biner, all he had to do was put a freaking Chubb-style stiff arm on a dude and freaking just lunge into the end zone. And who knows how those go. Of course, it just makes me laugh, though, because the Broncos did all that to get there, and then they got stomped. It made me kind of happy, but yeah. Although I'm kind of happy I wasn't alive for those, because I would have been in even more eternal pain than I already am in right now. At least the Cavs won a championship. That made me took the pain away a little bit. Then the Indians freaking gave me even more pain when they lost in the World Series, in the fashion that they did it. Oh my God! And it's even worse now because both teams are kind of blah. At least the Browns are decent. God for all the fan bases, man. You better hope and pray that we don't win the Super Bowl or anything, because if we do, I'm coming out here. I'm going after everybody who freaking doubted us. Not to mention, I'm going to get hella lit. But anyways, though, you look at the offense, good offense. It's good. It's solid. Good weapons. Galladay, like I said, Sterling. You have Saquon Barkley back. I don't know how much of a workload they're gonna put on him. Devontae Booker. I could expect him to have a pretty good game with a little bit of Barkley in there. Tight ends, it'll most likely be Caden Smith and Kyle Rudolph getting a good load because Evan Ingram, of course, got hurt. And other than that, offense is solid. Defense is supposed to be, I guess, one of the best, according to Giants fans. Leonard Williams, Austin Johnson, Dexter Lawrence as your front three. Lorenzo Carter, Blake Martinez, Tate Crowder, O'Shane Zimenez. Carter and Zimenez coming off the edge. Honestly, no cap. I would say that the Browns defense is way better than the Giants defense because, we have arguably one of the best pass rushers in the NFL on our team, and they don't. So, yeah, they have a good interior, but our edges are unmatched, in my opinion. No cap. Linebackers, yeah, they're good, but they're going to have their hands with Noah Fant, too. That's another thing. I'll get to the Broncos offense here in a minute. But my matchup to watch is Giants secondary versus the Broncos receivers. Yeah, Bradbury, Peppers, Logan Ryan, and Adoree Jackson matched up against the likes of Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler, and I guess you could even add Tim Patrick to that. Now, if a Giants fan says, I'm not scared of the Broncos receivers, they're only saying that because of who the quarterback is. If the Broncos had Baker Mayfield, bro, if they had any other quarterback, if they had Baker, just saying Baker, be wetting themselves. They'd be scared crapless because Baker can put the ball on the money to a guy like Jerry Jeudy or Cortland Sutton. Imagine if we had Jeudy and Sutton instead of Beckham and Jarvis. Chubb. Ugh. But I'm glad who we got. You know, we got who we got. That's whatever. Teddy Bridgewater is not a quarterback to sleep on. He'll get you. He's not no Tyrod Taylor. They're making him sound like he's Tyrod Taylor. Oh, yeah, he's Mr. Checkdown. Well, you got to consider the teams he's played on. You know, I mean, he just came off a team with the Panthers. You know, he was on the Panthers where they didn't have anybody really. They had CMC, DJ Moore, and I think Curtis Samuel. It's really all they really had. They might have had a couple other weapons, but their names escape me. He's on an offense with Melvin Gordon, Hamler. And honestly, it wouldn't surprise me at all if the Broncos went out in this game and smacked the Giants in the mouth a little bit to begin it. But then the Giants recover, they rally back, and I could see this game coming down in the last possession where it could easily be the Giants offense with Daniel Jones versus Von Miller and company. And oh boy, that would be a matchup that I would love to see. No lie at all. But I think when it's all said and done for this one, I'm going to give it to, I'm going to say the Giants squeak it out by a field goal. You know, I think it's like a field goal win for the Giants at home. And they're over 500 for the first time in damn near 5 years. Yeah. How about that? They haven't been 500 since 2016. That 2016 season when they went to the playoffs, lost in the first round. That's crazy. But I think it'll be very tough. I could see it being where maybe they score a field goal to go up 3 points late, and then maybe it's flipped. Maybe the Broncos are driving down the field, and the Giants defense has to make a stop. You know? That could be it. And in that case, who knows what will happen? Because you know if the Broncos have a lead late in the game, you know they're going to have Von Miller and Chubb pin their ears back, and they're going to come after the quarterback. You know? And those corners are nothing to scoff at. Fuller is decent. Surtain he was good in college. Callahan and Ronald Darby. And it's funny because I know I'm kind of special. Giants fans, the vibe from them when it comes to Surtain is, pick on him. He's a rookie. Yeah, pick on him so he can get you. He's a pretty much grown man right now. He's not really going to be nervous. There's nothing to be nervous about. He played at freaking Alabama. He played in arguably some of the biggest stadiums in the freaking nation. You know, played in, I don't know how much Alabama's home stadium holds, but he's played in some hostile environments. I don't think freaking MetLife is going to scare him any at all. Not to mention, he's got a nasty pass rush to support him. I could see it where, Von Miller gets after Danny Dimes and maybe forces a bad throw and then probably take it damn near to the house. I'd be careful if I was the Giants when it comes to picking on Surtain, because he's liable to make you pay. This could be the game where he has freaking 3 interceptions, takes one to the house, and Daniel Jones looks like garbage, and Giants fans are ranting on YouTube. Or this could be the game where he gets bullied and he gives up like 2 touchdowns, and the Giants destroy the Broncos. Who knows what will happen? It just all depends on who he's matched up with. It's all about matchups. But we'll see how that goes. But like I said, I think the Giants will squeak it out at home. And we'll see how that goes. Because, again, they have a short week. They play a football team on Thursday night. So the Giants could use this momentum to go against the football team and maybe go to 2-0. This might be the year the Giants finally do something in the NFC East. It's going to be fun. Do you think the Steelers will give TJ an extension? I think they will, but I don't know, because they have this thing where they don't do contracts during the season, and they're very notorious for being stingy. So they have only a couple more days left to get this extension done. I could see them doing it right at the stroke of midnight, right before Saturday or something, right before they hit the plane to go to Buffalo. I could see them locking him down for a couple years. Just a little something, Honestly, I would laugh if he pulled a Le'Veon Bell and just didn't play the entire year. That'd be hilarious. But no, that's not happening. Steelers fans would freaking tear their freaking front office apart if that happened. Because they say that, TJ is better than Miles, but yet Miles is already locked up. He's good to go. Miles got his contract done with, I think he still has like a year left on his contract. Well, this is going into the final year. He got his contract all set up. He's ready to go. But yeah, I'm going to go Giants at home. Now let's talk about Dolphins and Patriots. Oh boy, Mac Jones versus Tua. Wow, 2 former Alabama quarterbacks facing off. How about that? I think this will be fun. Patriots home opener, Mac Jones debut. Ooh. Of course, all those players that opted out for the Patriots are back. Dante Hightower, Matt Judon's there now. J.C. Jackson's there. I think Stephon Gilmore's on the PUP list or whatever, so he won't be back for a while. But it's going to be a fun game, man. A lot of good games this week. And I think I'm going to go Patriots to take down the Dolphins. And they're going to go 1-0. Mac Jones will start off his career with a dub over the Dolphins. Next, Bears with Andy Dalton versus the Rams with Stafford. God, that sounds weird. It feels like the Stafford trade happened a year ago, but it happened way at the beginning of the offseason, pretty much. And it's going to be weird seeing Stafford in a Rams jersey. But I know when it's all said and done, I think Stafford will benefit because the Rams are actually going to be a playoff team, and Stafford will finally get another taste of playoffs. And I think they're going to do some big things. But right here at home against the Bears, and Andy Dalton doesn't scare nobody. I'm going to go Rams to take the W over the Bears. Sorry, Josh, if you're watching. But, I'm going to go Rams. And then on Monday Night Football, we get John Gruden and the Raiders versus Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Okay. Raiders, I think we're in Monday night or something when they opened up the stadium. I think it's against the Saints, week 2. And now they're back on Monday Night Football against the Ravens. And, I'm going to go Ravens on the road. Give me the Ratbirds to squeak it against the Raiders. Raiders are not a good team. I think they'll make it close, but you can't trust John Gruden. So give me the Ravens on the road. So that will do it for my picks. I know it was a very long stream. I wanted to get in topic on some of these games. I'll probably do it like that this year. Go in depth on some of these big games and talk about the teams, compare rosters, and talk about my matchups to watch and stuff. But just a refresher, I'm going to go Bucks, Jags, football team, Colts, Panthers, Vikings, Titans, Niners, Bills, Eagles, Chiefs, Packers, Giants, Patriots, Rams, and Ravens. So there you go. Lock it in and hit send. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow for my NFL season predictions, where I'm going to go through every single freaking team's schedule, give you record predictions for every team, and then I might even do some playoff predictions too. And I'll talk about some bold predictions for the Browns, because I didn't do that in my schedule prediction. It completely, went through my brain, my thought process. I forgot about the bold predictions. I might even do that. I might just do that in a different video or something. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm Crazy Dog, and have a great night, everybody. I'm out. But yeah, more about the TJ thing. If I know, like, Steeler fans are hoping and praying that they extend him. Let's be honest. The Steelers are very stubborn when it comes to that stuff. They have a tradition to uphold. I don't know if they're going to do it. Personally, for me, I hope they don't sign him and he does a Le'Veon Bell, but he's not going to. But you kind of can't play without a new extension, right? You got to extend him a little bit, because you got to give him some money, though. He's one of the best in the business, next to Miles and Joey Bosa and the Bosas and Chase Young. How are you not going to pay one of the best pass rushers in the NFL? They should have been. Their processes should have been put into high gear when Miles got extended. Because at some point other pass rushers are going to get extended, and that money is only going to get more and more. And then at that point, it's like, well, damn, TJ is going to want even more money. Sheesh, what do we do? It's like us with Baker. The longer we wait, the more money he's going to get. And apparently, it's going to go up. So we'll see what happens. But that's going to do it. Crazy Dog, and I'm out. Again, bye-bye. 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 Oh, my goodness. Social